of them taken down by the hands of Joga. This guy is starting off quick. But in the meantime, also another kill, allowing CramGod to push Mumu over the edge, leaving Makey all alone with a sliver in the middle.
All right, so maybe that is one moment where they wish, they hope that Shenlin had the ult, and I guess it was just a numbers advantage for Legion Esports. Daylight threaded the needle, found the SOD underneath 2 minutes, 15 seconds, and then pow, joined the fight, and then rotated back all the way down. That did open up a little bit of farming time for RenXK, but Que sera, Legion Esports are now up by 1,000 and change. I think that's worth it.
Yep, completely worth, right? 3 kills for Legion Esports now, and it also pushes back Zetsu's kind of possibility of trying to be very aggressive down the river line. And I think that is exactly what Legion Esports want to do, right? They want to take control of the early stages of the game, as that is the Mongolz' main game.
With a Zushin that is not fortified by an Angela, that's what you want to do. You want to own the map, you want to own the game, and you're kind of on a timer, especially with Joga building the War Axe. I would reckon this is the classic build. Meow too going for War Axe first.
Okay.
For going all sustainability, and I think that's a Swift Trinity on the way for Daylight, 1 out of 3 in. Yeah, Legion Esports have a snowball out of control. They're 2,000 gold ahead, Eugene.
At this point in time, I think that they are gonna get even more as time goes by, right? As long as the Mongols try to be aggressive or try to take something, I don't think that it will be that easy for them to reclaim all of the river lines right now, even though Joga gets slowed down a tad little bit. And surprisingly, Shaka just took that whole hit from Zetsu.
All right, popping the Crimson Beacon here, displacing Zetsu for a bit. Turtle coming up in 5 seconds. Massive rotation from Meow coming down. This is bound to become a 5v5, just waiting to happen. Turtle pulled out, Meow jumping in.
Well, he does have a War Axe, so he's not too afraid of anything, as the stun will be able to land on the Makey. Unfortunately, the flicker from side of Makey allows him to not get away. Unfortunately, still, as Shocker has his own flicker itself. With the crossbow of tank coming in from RenXK, manages to take 1, but he's just going to be darting himself backwards while Zetsu and Mumu put themselves right in the vanguard, hoping that he will be able to push Joga away as much as possible. But Zetsu completely zoned out. He don't have any possibility to get himself close to try to possibly steal the turtle away.
Masterful isolation here by Legion Esports. They sent over Meow, they sent over Shocker to take down Mikey, and it was worth it. Mikey, at this point in the game, is going to be the main source of wonton damage from the Mongols. And by isolating him, taking him away from Shenlin, taking him away from Zetsu, there was nothing the Mongols could do. Legion Esports now pushing the advantage. Shocker coming in, Crimson Beacon. Can CramGod find Shenlin?
Both CramGod as well as Mel has joined into the fray with 4 members from the side of the Mongols, effectively pushing the rest of Legion Esports away. While in the meantime, it does seem Attraction Pulse did not land, but CramGod, he's going to be stuck in there for a tad little bit, while the Blessing of the Moonlight Goddess will patter all 4 members in. The SOD lands over to the back, but he's not going to be jumping in. Meow, though, sacrifices himself just to ensure the safe passageway for Legion Esports.
Fair enough, it was a 4v4. And I think Legion Esports lost their window. They lost their prime initiation timing, and they paid the price. Now the Mongols are clapping back. They're trying to close the gap. The map doesn't clearly belong to them just yet, but at least they got a kill. Meow taken out of commission for just a bit. Looking at the gold lead, it's spread out pretty well. And here's what's surprising. Abstract, look. RenXK is farming much better than Daylight. And here's the thing, Daylight's been fighting. I think that's where we see the difference now.
Yep. I think that this is also one of the reasons why we don't really see a lot of Moscovs join into turtle fights. The first turtle and the second turtle.
But he did.
He did. So that's probably the small little difference that he made that allowed RenXK to take a couple of these pot shots in the lanes and perhaps even on the energy turrets.
Yeah, that's the opportunity cost of being an active part of fighting early on. Daylight knows his team needs him. Now the pressure is on the Mongols. Timing for the last turn of the game.
Oh! Goes down to Meow, unfortunately. While in the meantime, down in the bottom lane, quite a bit of a commotion from the side of Mongols. All 4 members down. Shocker, Joga, and Meow. They will want to look for an opportunity, as most of the amount of gold and damages are going to be onto Joga. As long as he finds the opportunity to, they will be able to dominate, as the funnel is more towards the Lancelot at this point. But if the Blessing of Moonlight Goddess is available, that is something that Legion Esports gonna have to look out for, as Meow is gonna be putting himself right in the center. While he does have a pretty good stun going on. CramGod, he gets one. Shenlin goes down. That is going to be one of the main healing that they do not have, while Joga picks up a double, bringing the jungler down.
Legion Esports have timed out Shenlin's ult, and that scrambled the Mongols, took him out of their timing, forced him to play out of tempo, and that led to a clean turtle take, led to a push in mid, a handful of kills with nothing on the board for the Mongols. Fair trade, sir, you get nothing. Legion Esports running through the Mongolian coalition here.
Free real estate for Legion Esports. The Mongols will find it difficult for them to take any form of jungle camps for themselves. Given that the middle lane T1 is already down, Legion Esports, they will be right in your face.
And the name of the game for Legion Esports is so far. Oh, hold up, Zetsu gets caught here. Joga right at the tip of that Phantom Execution. I don't know who saw it first. I don't know who was the one who read the rotation, but neither jungler don't want no smoke.
Yep, they don't want anything.
I'm trying to say is, I think Legion Esports know that, oddly enough, it's not as simple as a take out the cores. Don't just go for Zetsu, RinXK. The key is Mikey. The key is Mikey and Shenlin, and they've been doing so well to isolate them.
And something that's really interesting, the one that Gideon has been looking for, the Bruiser Lancelot.
Ah, this is it.
Yes, this is it. The Brute Force Breastplate, the War Axe, and now the Endless Battle.
And then the Queen's Wings on the way after. This is how you fight off against a Estes lineup that you just haven't really put down into the ground as much as you'd like just yet. You want some level of sustainability. You want to keep fighting long term. You can't just do burst. You can't just rely on the burst. You want to make sure your fighting goes the long way, the distance. Who has the anti-shielding and healing right now? Is it Shocker?
I would like to believe the Glowing Wand is available on Shocker.
Is that enough? I think they need more.
They would definitely need more, unless they want Shocker to play an aggressive role with that Crimson Beacon right on top of the Mongols. This way, it affects everyone.
There's only so much you can do as a single Zushin. You can't put it on multiple dudes, especially if they're coming from different angles. Mumu spots it. Lord getting taken. Now Legion Esports blitzing it. Nothing on the board for the Mongols to do. Nothing to contest. RinXK gets caught.
RinXK, one man down, while Legion Esports has managed to take the Lord for themselves. The Mongols now have to play a little bit of a defensive role, but look at the crazy amount of damage coming from Joga, but only he got caught right underneath as Makey immobilized him right underneath the turret's nose. Shenlin still stays alive, but the amount of damage from Daylight, the piercing, is just a little bit too much for them to handle, while now Meow comes into the proxy, pushes the rest of the Mongols away, while Mumu, he wants part of the action, Zetsu re-enters the fight, catches down onto Daylight, and the rest of the Mongols will now pack themselves together to bring Shocker down next, forcing Meow to run away, and they will be able to deal with this Lord effectively.
Oh my lord, they're not done! Mumu gets a triple! A wipeout for the Mongols! And here's the kicker, Abstract, here's the kicker. Not a single hero went over to the Mongols. It was a clean trade.
So clean. To the fact that they dealt with heroes, they dealt with lanes, they dealt with Lord. Nothing was lost from the Mongols.
That's what you call a negative gain, Lord. You didn't even see it push a lane. Tier 2 in mid still standing for the Mongols. I think Legion Esports overshot. They overcommitted, overextended. And I'm not going to say it's over. They still have a small gold lead. But I think we've hit a fever pitch, critical mass, a power spike for the Mongols.
I gotta have to say, Joga played to his advantage. The fact that he had the goal lead, he had to play as though he does have the goal lead, which he does. But unfortunately, I think that it was one big play from Makey. Just a single immobilized kept Joga down.
And this is why I was looking for that other anti-healing. Because again, when you get split up like that and Shocker isn't exactly in commission to fight, you need someone else to deal it. Now Mumu 2v1!
It does seem like don't have any form of reliable healing against Joga. This guy, finally, okay. So he understood if he wants to be the frontliner, if he wants to be the one to go in first, the advanced party. And Joga picks that up real quick.
Okay, so it's also on Meow, so I'm guessing this is enough. 3 anti-healing items spread across different parts of your formation, your battle line. Legion Esports know what's up. They don't want that last team fight to happen again. They don't want no wipeout. And the Mongols now looking at their build. Definitely a power spike here for Shenlin. Again, weirdly enough, power spike. They like getting cornered. Hold up!
He will use an SOD to hopefully get himself away, but with a quick little flicker, he will almost hit because he's still burning! As such, RinXK takes that kill. 4-man while Shenlin flickers on forward to try to catch them and slow them as much as possible, with Kremgod being the crux of the issue. issue. He will run on the opposite direction, pulling all 4 other members with him, allowing Legion Esports to get themselves safe underneath the T1 turret.
I don't know how Daylight got in that position. Was it just the Mongolz properly flanking him? Now Joga's caught out!
He's lost and he's down. This 5-man Ube from the Mongolz will keep Legion Esports at bay.
They trampled through him like history in memoriam. The Mongols, the horse warriors, they're running through Legion and they score a Lord.
This is the turnaround that we want to see. The Mongols have been behind for quite a bit, to the point that we had 5,000 gold deficit. But by hook or by crook, the Mongols will find the opportunity to turn things around, and with the Lord taken down, they will have a lot advantage, pushing down the T1 turret and moving on forward even more.
That's right, they're way ahead of you. They already have turned things around. They own the map. They have 2 tier 2s. All this while, Legion Esports are on their way to losing all of their outer turrets. Say goodbye to this one in the bottom. Mid should be up next. Renexk just picked up a malefic gun here, so he should be able to pop off and take to the skies much easier now. Compared to then, Legion Esports have to overextend even more. They have to send me out of the back lines. They have to, I don't know, forward. Oh, wait, Joga!
Joga! He's a bruiser. He's slightly tanky, but he's still gotta really watch out for the amount of damage that the rest of members from the Mongols could bring out. But in the meantime, the top lane T3 will go down with the Lord and Mumu in tow. Legion Esports now have to deal with this Lord that's marching in, escorted by 5 other members of the Mongols.
I think it's mission accomplished already for the Mongols. They take out top lane inhibitor. Up next is going to be in mid.
Oh, Joga! Stunned down to the ground as that's crashed right in with the Boxer's Shield Unity. All 4 other members from the side of Legion Esports, they don't have a lot of HP to work with Daylight as well as Shocker wanting to stagger themselves in and out. While Meow, he will at least have that ice crown, and he's going to be fine for now. He goes himself right back into the fountain, while Daylight hoping that he will be able to do enough damage and heal enough from his half claws. But Makey goes on forward when he comes out to the flicker, and he will be aggressive, getting himself a double at a sacrifice of his own life.
Makey overshot. Shenlin couldn't get to him, but there's still one more marksman. RinXK underneath Shocker's lights. Shocker flickers forward.
But it's okay. There's still the Blessing Moonlight Goddess, and RinXK is still back, and he's still in the fight. With 2 inhibitor turrets down, Legion Esports, they are very behind now.
Tranquilo. Legion Esports, all game long, about 14.5 minutes in, they were the ones who were always overextending, overshooting their assaults, their attacks. Now it's the Mongols' turn. They got punished hard. They definitely could have lost much more than all the heroes that they did just now, but Mikey, I think Mikey felt it in and he flickered forward. He said, we can end this, guys, we can end it. Never mind, back out. We went too far.
So exactly what can Legion Esports do at this point, right? They have lost 2 inhibitors. They need to continue to move on forward, considering the fact that this is tournament live, man.
Catch the Mongols when the formation isn't perfect. Pick off. At this point, anybody without Shenlin nearby is fair game.
Okay.
That's it. If someone is caught out stragglers like this, like Mumu, if they can find Mumu,
okay,
then maybe they can. But again, the Mongols, the Mongols are playing such a tight formation. It's so much easier said than done.
It's too difficult. If anything, they need to force something out. They need to force someone to be out of position, I suppose. But Joga is consistently trying to be the front lines of Legion Esports. He wants to be the one to start the fight, and so to give some entertainment and, of course, vision game. As RinXK soar to the skies. He does have quite a bit of damage to bring out, but nothing to get kills. But in the meantime, Joga did manage to take down the Lord, so that's great as he's marching up to the top lane. Shocker having a bit of a problem with RinXK as it goes right into his face. Daylight is going to be the next one onto the chopping block inside of this brush. He goes 1v3. He really want to do something about this, but he's unable to.
He was just buying time, and this may have been a clear plan by Legion Esports, but was it a good plan? I'd reckon no, because they lost so much on the way towards this stolen Lord. 4 members out, just Joga left to defend.
And the Mongols didn't even lose a single person. What is that damage? And Joga goes down to the unstoppable spree of RinXK. The Mongols takes game 1.
A successful debut of the Estes in the wildcard. And Lin, once again introducing a familiar flavor to the MLBB Esports landscape. They take game 1, join first blood now at match point to eliminate Legion Esports.
Let's remember, when it comes down to day one, it's pretty much the same story, with Legion Esports coming in with Game 2 and Game 3 comeback.
That's right. In Game 1 of the very first day, the very first match, they also introduced the Mongolian Franco, Shenlin, right? Shenlin's Franco. Now it's Shenlin's Estes. Here's the question: does Legion Esports ban the Estes? Because that's the almost instant response, right? Like, it's a little too much, man. They had zero anti-heal. Kit-wise, items, yes, but kit-wise, not a Baksha, not a...
I can only think of Baksha at this point.
I mean, he's the only one,
right?
Yeah, but it's necessary.
You gotta have to either, I don't know, even banning the Baksha or just opening up the Baksha is kind of that kind of direction. Do they really want to be in first pick, first ban, first pick under the Baksha just to deny the possibility of an Estes on the opposite?
It's a masterful feint. I'll tell you now, Coach Brio leaving Blue 3 open, and then just, we want Baksha first.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, you Angela, we Estes, one way or the other, we take away the anti-venom to our Game 1 winning formula. And this was a very quick match. I'll tell you now, under 18 minutes, was it?
Under 16? No. Yeah, I think you might be right. Somewhere around the 18 minutes mark.
As long as it's under 18, then we are calculating below the average of 17, right?
17.
Legion Esports, the Mongolz, the first time that they played, I'm looking at an average of about 17, 18. 13 minutes, 16 and a half.